Yo, family. Once again, back at another product training. It's going to be your favorite entrepreneur, official Tyree Samuels on Instagram. And today, what we're going to be talking about is going to be the Delorean Strategy, which personally for me is going to be the independent reason why I was able to start coming in and successfully being able to consistently see profits in the market. So that's what we're going to cover today. Now, with that, what I want to be able to talk about is we first need to understand before we get started in this strategy that the most important thing that you need to understand as a trader, not just with this strategy, but of any strategy you may consume moving forward in the future, you need to be aware that you are paid to wait. Now, I was brought to this conclusion by one of the educators whose name is actually Tyrone Foster, and he was a person that taught me that you come to the market not forcing anything, you're going to be paid to wait, meaning that you're going to come, you're going to sit, and whenever you get your opportunity, you're going to take it. But in the meantime, you're being paid to sit there and wait for the setup to come to you. You don't go after it, right? So before we get started, I need everybody to go ahead and put their right hand up because this is going to be the national anthem of pips. So if you don't know, my educator, my mentor, Tyrone Foster, actually has a creed, right? So this is what we're going to do. Before we get started, every single day you come to the market, I need you to recite this creed with your right hand in the air. Now, it goes a little something like this. I am a sniper in the market. My entry defines my destiny. My exit defines my patience. My trade defines my drive because I know what 5% a day can do for me. And that 5% number is going to be over the course of time with compounding. So I just want y'all to understand 5% a day is all that you're going to need. Now, what exactly is a DeLorean scanner, right? It's going to be a multi-time frame scanner that's going to give you up to 30 different currency pairs that are going to be scanned all throughout the day. It's an adaptive algorithm with easy visualization, right? It is going to be color coded. So I'll be honest with you, if you're colorblind, right, this might not be the strategy for you, but outside of that, this is going to be perfect, right? It's going to be a simple interface with an alert panel, clickable elements, simple arrows, and it is all a web-based software. So this is how you're going to be able to understand what direction you're going to be looking to take the market, right? It's going to be an up blue arrow that indicates buys. It's going to be a down red arrow that indicates sells. Fairly simple, right? Now, you're going to have a 4-step process. Very, very simple 4-step process, right? Step 1 is bigger. Step 2 is cut. Step 3 is location. Step 4 is space. Now, these aren't the actual directions. These are going to be basically the concept of the directions we're going to get into that are going to help you see the opportunity in the market, take it with confidence, or vice versa, pass up the opportunity if it doesn't give you what you want. And then step 5, as you can see, is going to be boom. We're going to end up taking a trade, right? So I need everybody to listen up, right? The most important part of the 4 steps is that you're always going to focus on the 2 candles to the left of the arrow, okay? So I want you to notice in the picture to the left, there's currently a small blue arrow pointing up, which as we saw prior, right? A blue arrow pointing up means that we're gonna look for buys. So in this example, this would have been an opportunity for us to buy the market, right? But we're going to be paying attention to those 2 candles to the left of the arrow every single time we're looking for a setup. Now, here are going to be your chart sheets, right? AKA your cheat sheet. So if any of you were cheating whenever you're in school or used to copy off other people's tests, this is going to be absolutely perfect for you because you have the ability to cheat every single time you're looking to take a setup and nobody's going to give you a failing grade, right? So you have buy and sell. So if you have a up blue arrow, that means you're only going to be looking at the directions that are under buy signal, right? Now, next to that, you're going to see 2 different time frames. You're going to see the 15-minute through the 1 hour. You're also going to see the 4-hour through the daily. Now, what exactly does that mean? With the 4 steps, you have to understand what time frame you're on before you take a trade, right? Because if you look at the 15-minute through the 1 hour, you're going to notice you only should be trading between 2 a.m. and 10 a.m. Eastern. So if you know at the time that you're watching this video or at the time you're looking at a setup, it is not between this time window, then you should not be looking to execute a trade. But on the other hand, if you're on a higher time frame via 4-hour or daily, if you notice at the top, there is no time zone, which means anytime that you see a setup on these higher time frames, you're good to go. Now, with these, we're about to go and we're about to see if we can identify a profitable setup from a setup that we would just pass, because out of the 4 steps, if even one of those steps does not line up, we throw the trade out the window, okay? Now let's get started. Now these are going to be examples of good Delorean plays. And we're gonna dive into exactly why, right? So if we go back to our chart sheet, I want y'all to notice, right? Under where it says sell signal, we have a red down arrow. And we remember that we're always going to pay attention to the 2 candles to the left of the arrow, right? Which is going to be the red and the blue one that you can see indicated here as well as here, right? So, first question. If we look at the 2 candles to the left of the arrow, is the red candle bigger than the blue? Fairly simple question, right? So in my personal opinion, if I look to the left of this arrow, 1 and 2, it definitely looks like this red candle is bigger than this blue one. So that means step 1 is a yes, right? Step 2, does the red line cut through both candle bodies? Let's see. So this is going to be the red line that is referencing. This is a candle body. This is a candle body. Understand there is a significant difference between candle body and candle wick, okay? So if you ask me, this red line also looks to be cutting through both candle bodies, right? Perfect. Step number 3. Is the gray, aqua, or blue line closely above the 2 candles? So remember that these lines we're looking at are going to be color coded. That's an aqua line. That's going to be a gray line. So it's asking us, right? Is the gray, aqua, or blue line closely above the 2 candles? So that means there's going to be 3 lines, right? Even though we can only see currently 2 in the picture. So it looks like this aqua line is fairly close above, right? These 2 candle formations. It would be even better if it were touching, but this is close enough. So step 3 would also check off, right? Now we're on the final step before we take the trade. But remember, if step number 4 doesn't line up, we're going to throw the whole thing out the window, right? So if you notice, step number 4, make sure the gray, aqua, or blue lines are not closely below price. Now, if we go back, I'm going to just go ahead and give y'all the answer. So within this picture, you actually can only see the aqua and the gray. But I can rest assured that the blue line was nowhere in sight. And this is the reason why you could have taken this setup. And as you see, you would have been in profit, right? So similar concept for the buy signal. All the questions are in reverse. So if we look to the left of the arrow, is the blue candle bigger than the red? The answer will be yes. Is the red line cutting through both candle bodies? The answer will be yes. Is there a gray, aqua, or blue line closely below price? Now I'm gonna give y'all a hint, right? This is something you can write down. Anytime you have the aqua line actually cutting through both candles the same way that the red line is, that also matches up for step number 3. Because technically this is not closely below, it is cutting through. Cutting through is okay as well too. And then step number 4, we had space to take the trade. So this candle would have represented significant profit that we would have been in instantaneously, right? Now with the good also comes the bad. So we're also going to talk about bad DeLoreans, right? So let's go back through the setup process one more time, but we're going to do this example for the buy signal, right? So if we go back to our cheat sheet, we're going to look at the buy signal. Look at the 2 candles to the left of the arrow. Is the blue candle bigger than the red? Let's see. It looks like to the left of this arrow, this blue candle is bigger than this red. All right, cool. That lines up. Step number 2, does the red line cut through both candle bodies? Let's see. Here's a red line. It looks like it cuts through this candle body. And it also looks like it cuts through this candle body. Perfect, right? On to step number 3. Now, step number 3 is where we're going to have a little bit of issue, right? Is the gray, aqua, or blue line closely below the 2 candles, right? Closely below the 2 candles, right? So this, right, actually lines up as well too. But there's a reason why this is under the bad Deloreans list. So if we're on step number 3, right, we have the aqua closely below, perfect. It's actually touching, perfect, right? But if this is on bad Deloreans, that must mean that step number 4 is not going to line up because we have 3 yeses. But I didn't put it on this list for no reason. So let's look through step number 4. Make sure the gray, aqua, or blue lines are not closely above price. Make sure they're not closely above price, right? So let's look. I want you guys to notice. We have a gray line closely above price. This gray line is going to act as a resistance level in the same way that this blue and gray line on this example would act as, right, a support level. You never want to trade directly into support or directly into resistance. So these would be examples of Delorean plays that we would have skipped whenever we went to the scanner, right? Now, what I want to be able to show you is whenever you go to im.center, which is where you're going to log into the Delorean strategy, you're going to go to where it says strategies, right? But before we do that, we're going to go live. Now in go live, you're going to scroll down. You're going to go find the Delorean channel. Now be aware this strategy is an additional $22 each month. You will need to log into im.academy, go to shopping cart, and then add it. And as soon as you do, you'll be able to start viewing the educators. Now, as a part of the Learn While You Earn system, you will want to make sure that as soon as you start coming onto the Delorean, you want to be able to get on the live trading sessions that are going to be accessible every single week, 10 times a week. So you have Patrick Kinney, who goes live 4 days out the week, Abel Melendez, who goes 3, and Tyrone Foster, who's actual creator of the strategy. He also goes live 3 days a week. So this is how you're going to be able to learn while you earn, right? Now, in addition to that, if we go back to im.center, we're going to go to Pip Talk. Now, Pip Talk is going to be similar to Telegram or Discord, where you're going to get up-to-date notifications directly from the 6- and 7-figure educators from the individual product, right? So if you scroll down, you're going to see that Delorean is going to be a tab that you can click on. Now, you can either log on your desktop, or if you have a phone or tablet, you can actually go to your app store and download im.academy, right? Or just IM Academy, the app. And then you'll be able to subscribe to Pip Talk. Whenever you view it, you're going to subscribe. And as you'll see, you're going to get up-to-date notifications on, right? Whenever the educators are about to go live, you're going to see the educators make you aware of whenever a profitable trade setup was successful, right? 80 pips is what Abel Melendez just got about 2 days ago. So that's what you could take advantage of whenever you have Pip Talk. And that's also going to go hand in hand with the Earn While You Learn. Now, last but not least, right? Before we actually go show you where the strategy is, you want to make sure that whenever you go live, I'm going to give you some specific instructions on what you need to do and what videos to start watching so that you're going to have optimal success, right? So on this final slide, I want everybody to be able to take a screenshot of this, right? So I'm going to give you step-by-step instructions on what to do as soon as you get the product to start seeing maximum success. Now, you're obviously going to go add it, which I walked you through before. They're also going to have a Telegram chat, which you can either type in the name that you see on step number 2 in Telegram, right? Or if you actually go to the Delorean scanner, which through im.center, you're going to go to the strategies tab, and you're going to scroll down and click on where it says Delorean. You'll click the icon. It'll bring you to this screen. You'll have an area for shadow where the educators will send alerts to that Telegram chat in order for you to have specific trade ideas from the educators that are not included on the live session. Under training, you'll have Watch This, which is a 20-minute YouTube video by Patrick Kinney. These are going to be your step-by-step cheat sheet, aka chart chart sheet graphics that I listed before. And then to get a hold of the Telegram, you would simply come over here and click on this bell, and then you could subscribe to the Telegram chat, which you definitely want to make sure that you're going to do, right? So if we come back to this graphic, step number 3 is going to be begin watching the 5-day bootcamp by Patrick Kenny. So you're going to want to make sure you log in to go live, okay? You can also go to Patrick Kenny's YouTube channel and watch it for free. So if you go live and click on the Delorean channel, you'll go to Patrick Kenny. You're going to scroll, click on his favorite sessions, and you will see, right? This is actually Tyrone. Let me go back. So if we see Patrick Kenny, we're going to go to his favorite sessions, and you'll see Bootcamp day 1 through day 5. Make sure you go watch those ASAP. Now, in addition to that, if we go back, step number 4 is going to list those schedules for the live trading sessions I made you aware of. Definitely tune into those. Now, the most important step, step number 5. Once you finish watching Patrick's 5-day bootcamp and you started getting on the live trading sessions, you want to go to Tyrone Foster and go straight to his favorite sessions. And I'm going to show you how easy this is, right? You're going to go to Tyrone's favorites. You're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. You're going to start from this video, and you're going to slowly work your way back up to the top, right? So in order for you to be able to take advantage of this strategy to its full potential, you're going to want to make sure you put in the work. Now, if you have any additional questions, or this is something that you need more information from, or you just have something that maybe I covered a little too quickly, definitely make sure you rewatch this video when you get a chance. And in addition to that, feel free to message me on Instagram, and I'll help you out in whatever way that I can. So I appreciate the time, family. It's been your favorite entrepreneur's favorite entrepreneur. Once again, your boy official Tyree Samuels. We'll see you again, and be safe in the markets.